Hi, good morning, everybody, and thanks for coming along this morning and joining us to celebrate Down Syndrome Ireland Day. It's great to be here, and thank you very much to Joe and to Trevor for hosting us here in the Delta's Gardens and Sensory Gardens. It's a beautiful location and a gorgeous day. We're delighted as Chamber of Commerce Carlow to partner up with Down Syndrome Ireland and Joanne and the employment programme. We're so proud that Carlow already has participants in the programme. Great employers like MSD, who are here today, and some of their employees. Specsavers, Dolores is here, and some of her colleagues will be joining us hopefully later. Daniel from the Talbot and Aoife are here also. They're about to start going through the process. And Anne had been involved in it with Super Value for a while before, and McDonald's are also partnering up with us. We're also looking at a number of other opportunities, so it's fantastic. The programme is really great, gaining momentum. We're delighted this morning that Joanne Dawson, their employment officer from Down Syndrome Ireland, is here today to talk us through the sort of opportunities that are there for all of us in our workforce to become more integrated and look at the potential of this programme going forward. So I'll hand over to you, Joanne, and thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody, and thanks very much, Rowan and for Brian and all in the Carlow Chamber of Commerce for organising this event this morning. It's great to be here, and it's great to partner up with you. Welcome all. It's World Down Syndrome Day, so it's a great day for us all, particularly for our members and adults with Down syndrome today. So we'll start off by actually going to start off with a video. So basically Down Syndrome Ireland have created a number of videos ahead of World Down Syndrome Day. So we're going to start off with this, and the theme of this year's World Down Syndrome Day is End the Stereotypes. And it's basically just saying that anybody with Down syndrome can work and do stuff like anybody else, basically, and the video will say it in itself. So
My cat, I'll take the cat. I'll be able to last cat is fire. Big, in Betsy, and the new bus, seven for him.
Good morning. How are you? Can I have a stand by yourself?
You want to in service, and there's all different.
She brought a welcoming dynamic to staff morale and customer engagement, and she has lots of talent and lots of computer skills, and she's a great team player. And not only is she very engaging in her work in but we've done lots of activities outside of work. She's been amazing, really.
People with Down syndrome can work, they do work, and they have so many skills, a unique set of skills that I think employers really need to tap into.
Team of us here have been extremely good at integrating her into the cash office and including her in other activities apart from work. She's very, very happy. She feels that she has more responsibility. So a massive impact.
I think the best thing about working here is a very kind and private work. Having been busy and have no money to spend, and I guess to me, that's me to put.
that's Niamh, and Niamh works in Bus Éireann in Cork, and as you can see there, like Niamh is so valued.
Today is World Down Syndrome Day, day observed by the United Nations.
So of what she does, like you can see, she works in the office. She does an awful lot in the office. Like she works and she does Excel sheets. So she's just not in there just to do shredding or printing or whatever. She does more than that, and it just shows that the capability of people with Down syndrome and what they can do. So that's, and we're going to have throughout the presentation today, we're going to have lots of our members here who are already employed in Carlow. So we have 5 employed in Carlow, and I think we have We've 4 of them here today, which is great. So they're going to speak about their jobs. I know we have another lady here who's going to speak about her job and what kind of work she would like to do as well. So, and indeed our employers from Specsavers, the Talbot Hotel, and likewise as well. So, so I'm just going to go into like why do we work? So we all work to earn an income, don't we? We all work for that purpose. Really, that's one of our main purposes, to meet new people and new challenge and learn new skills, to be valued, contribute to society and independence. And these are all things we work for, and it's no different for a person with Down syndrome either. So it's very, very much important there. So I'll just go to the next slide. So thanks, Brian. So very few people with Down syndrome are in work. So paid work is rare. So in 2018, I think it was 6% employed nationwide in the country. And that has now gone to 13%. So we have literally, I think it's around 230, 235 nationwide in employment since 2018. And that's like massive work over the years. And obviously our plan is to increase that. And in Carlow, to date, we have 5 people in employment. And obviously our work today and in conjunction with today, we try and increase that more and more and get more employers on board. And then get more of our guys with Down syndrome out into employment as well. So, you know, as you can see from the video there, I'll be showing another video now of Katie and the Malden Hotel shortly as well. And you will see that they're such an untapped source of talent. And even the guys here who are going to speak, you will see that as well, how much talent and how much they can give to an organisation, and the ethos and the whole, that changes and might be reflected in some of the employers when they talk as well about that too. So provide meaningful employment opportunities, that's our main aim. So we work with employers to provide meaningful opportunity for the person with Down syndrome, but also that it's meaningful for the employer as well. So that's their task that could be done. So say another employee in that organisation could go off and do other tasks, so that those tasks then that need to be done are meaningful for the employer, and that they are then also meaningful for the adult with Down syndrome too. So how we do the program is we developed directly into employers in Ireland. So today you'll actually see at the end of the presentation a number of companies we have been working with. So we have the likes of Specsavers in Carlow and also nationwide. We have the likes of Lidl, we've been working with. We have MSD on board. We have Johnson & Johnson. More pharmaceutical companies are coming on board as well. So it just shows it's really opening up more. The Talbot Hotel, we have the INU Collection Hotel Group as well. We've the Delata Hotel Group who own the Maldons and the Claytons. So we're very much partnered up with all those big organisations and companies. And so we do raise awareness and provide specific training. So I'm going to go through now, I suppose, the details of our programme and really break it down, I suppose, in terms of what we offer and the whole idea around it. So basically how we do it is we would firstly meet and do a site visit with the employer. So that would be kind of going through with them the programme and what it's about and identifying, I suppose, meaningful role within the organisation. So it could be, say, an office administration role. So, and we could then we'll start to identify different tasks within that. And I'm really specifically, I suppose, looking in terms of our employers here in Carlow, what we've done as well. So, for example, in MSD, we have store assistants role, and we also have, John, I'm trying to remember your role. Sorry, IT support, thank you. So, and then indeed the lads in Specsavers or customer assistant roles, and Talbot Hotel then again is a customer facing role as well. So we go in and we work with the employer to identify specific roles and specific tasks then that would be suitable for a person with Down syndrome. And then yeah, so I suppose we might move on there, Brian, because I think, yeah, so, and this is what we do then as well. So we have a welcome pack as well that we give to employers as well when we first meet them. So that indeed might be through email before we meet them, and they can have a read through it. And then when we meet them, we go through it then more in detail. And it just gives then, identifies the roles. So you can see I've mentioned offices and mentioned the roles in Carlow. We also have maybe a leisure centre role, maybe somebody who's a kitchen assistant working in a nursing home or elsewhere, or retail assistant role either. So there's many different roles, and you can see there the breakdown of tasks as well. So Like for example, leisure centre assistant greet customers. So we have the pool deck. We have a chap, Connor, who works in Dublin. It's One Leisure in Dublin, and he does all that. And he also works in the gym as well and cleaning down all the equipment and that as well. And really a lot is meeting and greeting the guests and the customers coming in also. So that's what we do. And then if you want to, so what I might do, sorry, Ron, I might go back to that in a second. I might just move on, just to keep the process of what we do first going forward. So basically when we advertise the role, so when everybody's happy, the employer is happy with the task and the job description, we advertise that then on the membership system. So that, and then we also would link in with our local branch here indeed, which would be the Carlow branch. And they'd advertise it out on WhatsApp and social media to the members as well. And we link in then also with the local day services, so with Delta here and being here also in Bagnallstown as well. And whoever's interested with a person with Down syndrome who's interested in applying for the job, then they would apply first. So everybody then would really get a chance of an interview, because it's a great learning curve for everybody to do that. And we'll go through the whole process. So we do pre-employment training or pre-interview training with all the candidates who've applied for the job. So that's basically going through pre-employment training. It's like going through dress for success, conversation, how to have a conversation in the workplace, how to dress in the workplace. We go through public and private, because that's important, because some people are just trying to identify, okay, what's public and what's private. For example, being in a public place and being in a private place, and what's appropriate behaviour in those. So we go through all that, and the same in interview training, pre-interview training as well. We go through sample interview questions, and we would also then email them on to you, the employer, as well, prior to the interview as well. So you would have those as well. And then what to wear in an interview, body language, all those kind of things, making an impression. So that's kind of training. So we train all the guys up, all the candidates up before they go for interview. And then we go back to the employer, organise interview date and times and that. And we're there then, so it would be myself probably there on the day then to support in the interviews as well. So that's how we do it. And then, so when the successful candidate is, so in terms of that, and again, this process I'm talking through now, I'll be talking through with you on the site visit as well. So if there's any questions or queries after that, you can always contact me anyway, there's no problem at all. So in terms of the successful candidate, we all do the in-between stuff. So like any interview, you would decide who you think will be most suitable for the position, and then we contact the successful and unsuccessful candidates and go through everything with them. And then when with the successful candidate, then we have an easy read. So you would issue them an ordinary contract as well as an easy read version contract, which we have as well. And I suppose really, I think what's important here is that we can do a small contract at the start. So with employers, so we could start off with a 3-month contract, for example. And really what we're promoting is really paid work, which we feel is very important. Now we're happy to do a work placement, maybe for a 4 to 6 week period unpaid, if you feel that's something you would like, and that's fine, we're happy to do that. Anything after that, we really try and promote that as paid work and thereon. So we're very open as an organisation in terms of what you feel you would like to start off with, and that's fine with us too. So even if it's a shorter 6 week period, just to start off and see how you feel with that, or indeed we could do a longer, and then that could go into a 3-month contract, and then we can see from there, and it can always then go into a longer contract from there. So thanks, Brian. So the big factor also of our work is awareness training for employers. So we go into an organisation and do Down syndrome awareness training. So we've done that with MSD, and we also have it virtually as well. So I think the likes of Specsavers and possibly Talbot are going to do it virtually as well. So we have 2 ways of doing the training. So as I said, we can go in person and do the Down syndrome awareness trainings to all your staff, but particularly the mentor. And this is a key point of the programme as well, that we have a mentor who's going to be working alongside that person as well, that they're identified. So that's another employee in the organisation that will train the person up in the job and be their key, I suppose, support and guide ongoing throughout the job as well. So there's 2 ways of that. We can either do, we can send you a YouTube link with the training and a PowerPoint presentation so you can go through it yourselves, or we can come in person and do that. But all that can be taught through as we go along. So this is kind of just given an essence, as I mentioned, all the different companies we're involved in. As you can see, we've actually Allianz is another organisation, company we're involved in, Facebook, Apple Green, Specsavers, I've mentioned, So Artisan, the Conrad Hotel, I knew a collection, so so these and more are coming on board, which is fantastic. So Brian, if you don't mind, I might go back to that video and then we might get some of them up to speak.
So our National Employment Programme has been running since 2018. We did some internal research and found that only 6% of adults with Down syndrome were in meaningful paid employment in Ireland. So we knew that we had to do something to change that. And to date, we have helped to secure 231 jobs for adults with Down syndrome across Ireland.
So Katie has brought her own individual personality and her unique and very wicked sense of humour. I think when Katie first started, I was concerned as she was non-verbal. We will learn very quickly that that's not going to be an issue and it's not something to be afraid of or nervous about. It's actually something to be encouraged and embraced.
What I'd say to other employers that might think about joining the programme is to jump on in there and do that. I think it's great for us as a company, for my team members and specifically for Katie. So for this World Down Syndrome Day, the message that we'd like to give is end the stereotypes. You know, change your perceptions. There's always a job for somebody with Down syndrome, and I think as a society we just need to continue to progress as much as possible.
That's Katie, and Katie works, as you can see, in the Mall Hotel down in Wexford. And you can see Katie there, she's non-verbal, but she uses the law of sign language as a way of communicating to customers and her colleagues. And even since her colleagues in the workplace are now looking to train in the love language so that they can communicate with her through that as well. So it's great to see that. And I think just also to mention there, well, Katie, she started off small. So she started off clearing all the tables and meeting and greeting customers, but now you can actually see her progression in the job. She's actually carrying the tray with the teas and coffees and all that down to customers now. So there's great progression there as well. So I think it's time now that we might follow one at a time, maybe our members here who are in work or are going to start work soon. So Barry, would you like to start us off, or would you like to tell people? So Barry is going to start off in the Talbot Hotel next Tuesday. So Barry's going to talk about his job now that he's going to start. Thanks, Barry.
My name is Barry. I have Down syndrome. I am member in Bannerstown. I like country music and James Bond movies. I have been working in Science Warehouse Bar for 4 years. I work in the kitchen and the bar. Next week I am starting work in the Talbot Hotel. I got this job with the help for Down syndrome Ireland. My job will be to serve food, set the table and keeping the place tidy, clean and tidy. I am looking forward to meet new people and talking to the governors. I am ready for my new job. I have done courses in dairy skills, food safety and restaurant skills.
Very much for that. Brilliant. That's great. I can see there Barry is really looking forward to his job in the Talbot Fair, and he's also worked in the railway house in Bagnestown as well. And of course, all his skills as well, and all his courses that he's done as well. It's fantastic to hear that. So, Mike Daniel, would you be able to come up now maybe to talk about from the Talbot Hotel's perspective in Carlow? Thank you.
How are you? How are you doing? So look, I suppose we started off this process. You need to lift it up a little bit, Brian, as usual. We started off this process through the chamber, and look, we're delighted to be on board. Barry, we had 3 great candidates on the day. Barry was a clear winner. I'm a little bit leaning towards Bagnestown myself, so when I heard he's from Bagnestown, I like James Bond movies. He was a search bird. But look, I suppose we have jobs to be filled, and we're a very busy property throughout the hotel and the dome. And it certainly won't be the last candidate that we take on board. So we're looking forward to getting Barry started next week, next Tuesday. Yeah. All right.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Daniel. That's great. So, John, would you like to come up now and talk about your job? So, John works now in the MSD in Carlow. So, John's going to come up and talk about his job in IT support. Thanks, John.
My name is John. My name is John. I have Down syndrome. This year I will be 40 years old. I am a member of Being Services in Bagnestown. I have been working at MSD in Carlow for 8 months. My job is in the IT department. I put software into the laptops and the iPhones and the desk phones. I also check the phones if they're not working. I go to the warehouse to get stock. I work on a Monday and Friday. Down syndrome Ireland helped me to find a job, and the staff I like working at MSD because I got to meet new people, and the staff at MSD are very good. Oh, I forgot I got paid for my work. Thank you.
Get paid for your work is very important to you, John.
It does. And I do. And I work because my family does it too.
Exactly. So your family,
My brothers and my
your
sisters.
brothers and sisters, and that's another very important point to make. 100%. Yeah. Thanks, John.
Welcome.
Thank you. Philip, would you like to come on up now? Philip works in the stores in MS.
And when the fella gone, I got an MSc. Probably myself, he got an MSc. I said, thank you, Dad, for giving me a job. I used to work in factory at one time. I'm there now for 25 years. I used to work in cost and very good cost of the chase analysis. I think what I already did. I don't thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks to Philip. So I just want to call up Julie now, and Julie's helped with the process of this as well. So thanks very much, Julie. That's great.
Thanks, Joanne. So I'm just going to say just a few words from my own personal experience of working with Down Syndrome Ireland through the employment programme, and being so lucky really to get to meet John and Philip and many more around this room as well as part of this experience. At the end of the day, everyone really wants to come to work as their own true selves. Isn't that right? And also to contribute in your daily lives through meaningful work, as John says, like his siblings work and are paid and get paid to work. So that's really all we want to do. So it has been one of the most rewarding things, if not the most rewarding thing that I have ever done in my whole life. So if there is anyone out there that's tinkering about maybe is there an opportunity to employ someone with Down syndrome, I would say just go for it. It is so rewarding. They're just amazing to work with, and just from a diversity perspective, why not just look at the pool of people that we're employing and see if we can diversify it in any way possible a little bit more. Just the support from Down Syndrome Ireland has been amazing, and can hold our hands. A lot of the work is there already, as well as Delta and Beam as well, the support for that side as well. And really, it's amazing. It just takes flight and wings when there's ownership on site with our colleagues. So that's really it. It's just wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Julie, for that. It's great. And we're now going to call up Specsavers. So we have Michelle there, I think. Michelle, would you like to come up? So Michelle works in Specsavers as customer assistant. So Michelle, you might like to come up and say your few words on your work in Specsavers.
I'm Seth Kenny. I work in Specsavers. Really lovely, nice over there, and nice to meet people working, and yeah, they're great. Really work for that part of jobs I have, and yeah, it's so lovely, and really nice. People ask me for other I said this, and yeah, and sometimes it's really good that this a great part of my job. Amazing. Enjoy that. He's doing classes and yes, parade and yeah. Thank you.
That's brilliant. And we have Kylie here as well from Specsavers. So I think Kylie, you were an early bird before, you were in work early, and you're getting here all the way today now as well. So it's great. Thanks very much for taking your time.
I'm working in Specsavers, and I clean glasses. That's it.
You meet a lot of customers, don't you?
I meet and greet people downstairs. I'll be cleaning glasses, and
you do some filing and shredding and that kind of thing in the office too.
yes,
Yeah. Very good. Very good. And do you enjoy your job?
yeah.
What do you like most about it?
People in Specsavers love me and liking me, and my clothes are very clean, and make sure I'm happy.
You're happy, yeah? You're happy in what you do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kylie.
Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Dolores, would you mind coming up? So Dolores here from Specialist in Carlow, and she's now going to say a few words on the employer perspective. Thank you.
Morning everyone. So my name is Dolores O'Neill and I'm the Retail Director of Specsavers in Carlow. And those two girls that just came up are not the two girls that work with me. The two girls that work with me are the bubbliest, liveliest, chattiest two girls you will ever meet. They are brilliant. They've been with me 7 or 8 months now. I think the two girls have been with us, yeah. And so Michelle works Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Kylie does Thursday and Friday. And in fairness, Kylie came in 9 o'clock this morning because she knew she'd be up at Delta at 11, so she came in early to make sure she wouldn't miss work. They're brilliant. The two of them come in, and I was just saying to someone this morning, even if, so we have a big team, there's 30 of us in there. So when we took on the two girls and we were chatting to Joanne, I was kind of a bit anxious going, will they be all right? Because in our case, any that knows, someone is always running around the place. And I didn't want them to think, you know, kind of that they wouldn't be able for it. So they come in and they, over the last 8 months, never once have they been in bad form. They're the bubbliest, liveliest two girls. And if some of the rest of the team are not in the best, they bring them up. They high five each other the whole end of the store as they come in every morning. And then they sit and have a chat with everyone. So they do. They love upstairs. They're always in the office. Michelle literally comes in and knows her duty straight away. We don't have to, they work on their own initiative now. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant morale for our own team in the store as well. So anyone that's thinking about it, I would say jump on board, you know, kind of, as Joanne said, if you don't have a job from at the moment, do a couple of days just to see how they get on, to make sure, because I'm telling you now, they will outshine whatever job that you give them, because our two girls are brilliant part of the team.
Appreciate that, and to Talbot Hotel and all other employer perspectives as well. It's great, and the guys as well. So we have one lady here who would like to speak as well, and she works on Super Value in Carlow, and she'd also, I think, Anne, you might like to move on and maybe get another job as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you speak now and take the floor, and send a nice speaking first. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anne Fishy, and I started in supervising for a long time. It used to be home savers, but not that much. That usually would be supervising. Owners of Nicky and Jim Doyle. I'm an only child, and I'm so proud and honoured to be asked today to say a few words, especially about my job. I used to be on the checkhouse. I used to do retail, and I used to help people out. I really met each and every one of them all very proud of what I have done so far in my life. I am very privileged to have mentioned Delta as well as my job since day one. And I just wanted to say I have met so many new friends in my life for them many years. When I grew up in Sand Hills, and that's where I am now. And I am just been honoured and privileged to be a part of Carlow Town. It hands to each and every one of our business where they come in, do their shopping. And this, I wouldn't have done it without both of my parents who are not with me today. I have been here in Delta for a long time, and I want to say thanks to each and every one of you all for being a part of my life. Thank you very much.
You mentioned before you'd like to work maybe in
I would love to do the meeting and reading in a hotel someday.
Brilliant. Okay.
In every hotel, you get to live in that hotel.
Thanks very much, Anne. You're very thank you. We also have another chap here called Alan. Alan works in McDonald's. Alan, would you like to come up and say a few words about your job and maybe?
I work in McDonald's.
then okay, I can put 1 years in McDonald's. I worked in Giants in Belgium.
I understand. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what do you do in McDonald's? What are your
I do
jobs?
tables
Tables, brilliant.
and I do big work in Giants.
Fantastic. Enjoy as well.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And what do you like most about your work?
I love that day, right?
I'm very happy. Good. It's good to be part of something, isn't it? And to be doing something. Yeah.
You know?
Have a bit of crack, which is very important. We all need that, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Thanks a million, Alan. We have David now, who is doing work experience in Max Menswear. And David, you'd like to come up now and say a few words as well. Thank you.
I'm making Max men clothes. I happy my job back. Yeah.
What do you do there, David?
I do cleaning and hoover polish every day and then hoover polish and cleaning dust and everything done.
And I'd say you're meeting a lot of the customers coming in.
80 people on a friends and help.
You're helping them.
I do wages and money for the jobs.
And get some money, which is very important. Yeah, to earn some money. Brilliant. Yeah. What do you like most about your job?
I like it. We have coffee and tea and coffee every day and happy to
being part of a team is probably very important.
Part of the team together, all my friends.
Yeah, yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Do you fold all the shirts and put them up on the shelves? And
I do fold the shirts and the trousers and everything.
They're very important tasks.
Important, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Brilliant. Thanks, David.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so Brian might come up now and say a few words there.
Thank you very much, to Joanne. Most importantly, you know what, in one way I'm kind of wondering why should I even come up and stand up, because there's nothing I can add to top what we've heard going on here in the last 40 minutes. And the stories, the experiences, you know, what it means to everybody, David, Barry, Kylie, it's just amazing. And it's great to see, you know, I suppose what you're bringing to the workplaces and that as well, because you're bringing magic that a lot of these workplaces were missing before you started into those roles. And it's amazing then as well on the other side to see how so many of the workplaces have adapted and have, you know, looked at how they can, I suppose, make their workplace more inclusive. Because the most valuable asset to any business is people. And it's so important that we embrace and we look at that. And I know a lot of businesses are great at making sure that they tick the right boxes and that. But, you know, it's more important to see businesses actually doing. And we have, you know, we've seen a lot of that in action today. And we want that to continue. And I know, Daniel, you've got the challenge put to you now because somebody else just said to kind of role. And I know that you're finding it hard to get out of the place. You know, this morning has been really enlightful, you know, hearing from all of you guys and also hearing from the businesses that are implying and that as well. And I think that's the biggest thing. A lot of businesses, you know, and it's not just the business, but it's the people within. It's a fear of the unknown. And hopefully we can break down a lot of that now this morning, and a lot of people can see the benefits, you know, and see how they can, you know, and to look at the different roles within your business. We don't need to look at, you know, that, you know, what a role was. We need to look at what a role can be, or how, again, even how a role could become two roles that could be quite different, and that can support, and it can make our businesses better places. But I think we can leave it and we can wrap it from there. Most importantly, thank you to everybody for taking the time to come. Thank you for sharing your experiences, your stories, how important it is for you and within the businesses. Thank you very much to Joanne from Down Syndrome Ireland, because there's some great work happening there, and we've seen that now this morning. We want to continue. We want to amplify that even more. So any other businesses out there that are looking to see how they can look at their workplace, how they can create more meaningful and inclusive opportunities within their workplace, give Joanne a shout. You can go onto the Chamber website, carlowchamber.com. There's some brief information there, and even I know the welcome packs that Joanne had mentioned. You can access that there as well, and also contact details for Joanne. But for now, on behalf of the County Carlow Chamber of Commerce, enjoy, I suppose, World Down Syndrome Day. It's good to celebrate it, it's good to mark it, and let's embrace the change, and thank you again.
Thanks very much, Brian. I just want to thank again the Chamber of Commerce. You've been fantastic, and this partnership is only going to evolve more and more, and to get more employers on board. And I just want to thank everybody who's spoken this morning from the employer's perspective and the employee perspective as well, and people who are looking for work as well. So listen, as Brian, you've mentioned, and it's that fear. Don't be fearful about it. This is a wonderful journey, and I hope you've heard that throughout this morning. Do you know what I mean? And it's wonderful what people with Down syndrome can bring to the workplace. And we'll walk through that journey with you, and we'll break down each step with you. So just don't be too fearful of it, and we can always start off small by doing a few weeks work placement or a 3-month work placement and build it up. So we'll walk through every step with you. Thank you very much once again. Thanks everybody.